That really shows in the work ethic and the way they progress throughout the season, no matter what the size of the roster or size of the kid. See, right now the Panthers ready to kick off to Lake Central. Lake Central has 3 men back deep. Alexander, the kicker for the Panthers, caught in the middle, 20-yard line up the middle. Blockers provide the hole in the middle and take him down about the 38-yard line. The big return right there by Danny Duncan, the main running back that we've seen a lot of throughout the night.
Yeah, he is the man that Griffith is going to be focused on. Rushed for 1,000 yards last year and should get that again this season, barring an injury. He's averaging a little over 8 yards a carry so far for Lake Central.
He already has over 400 this season in 3 games. So it really shows you what he has to bring to the ball game. First and 10 from the 39-yard line. Dowling the singles, man in motion. The option play around the side. A flag will fly from behind the offensive line formation. And motion in the backfield will bring this one back from the original spot of the play. Make it second down. About 8 to go. So the Panthers want to let their defense do the work on the field.
So they got some confidence in their defense so far.
They want to put Lake Central in a second down situation right off the bat. Option near side, caught from behind, yanked down. It'll be a loss of about a yard. Dowling on the option, tries to turn the corner, was caught and pulled down.
Nice lateral move there, Joe, by Craig Covera, the junior for Griffith. You saw him get into that backfield, and he didn't quit on the play, even though it was going the other sideline. And, of course, he ended up making that tackle.
Brought down finally about the original line of scrimmage, third down. Inside handoff has a big hole, breaks up the middle, big first down yards up to the 40-yard line. As Duncan is able to salvage that series.
That was a nice looking play there, Joe. A little misdirection. Danny Duncan going to get the handoff, and he gets through that hole in a hurry. Nice stutter step there. And one man making the tackle.
Get timeout on the field as well. The Panthers want to talk over some defensive steps. Be back at this time ourselves in your primetime game of the week. We care. Where the Panthers declined the penalty on first down to keep the Indians back in the second down situation. And Chris, that was just a big tactical decision by the Panther squad. It almost worked.
Well, we talked about Griffith having big play potential, but Lake Central has it also in Danny Duncan.
Around the corner, once again with the option, be a host of Panthers to pull down the quarterback. Dowling turned that corner. Looks like he may have picked up a yard or so on the run. We'll get about 2 or 3 out of it.
Yeah, Adam Dowling very active also there, Joe. It's him and Danny Duncan pretty much carrying most of the load. Dowling 34 carries this year, 94 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So you have to keep an eye on him also.
And right here in the formation where the Indians are coming out with the option look, they get the double wing in the backfield sometimes, an extra back, and they're using the option around the corner a lot. Dowling looks to pass, flies down near side, and the corner overthrow. Intended receiver in the end zone would have been Adam Hubner.
For number 29, Adam Hubner. Number 21 on coverage.
Another good-looking play here for Lake Central. Adam Dowling faking on the option, then sets his feet and lets one go. That's a good-looking pass, just a little out of the reach of Adam Hubner. But again, you want to miss long on that one. Give your receiver a chance to run to that football.
That shows the Indians going for the end zone early, trying to put the score on the board. Once again, Dowling back to pass, pressured, caught in the backfield, spun and dropped. The Panther sack puts a stop to the drive as Matt Gonzalez, the first man through, to get a hold of him.
Also, Tyler Radke back in there, Joe, linebacker. You're going to see Radke coming from the linebacker spot along the right side. Nobody picks him up. And that's a quarterback sack on another quarterback. Don't see that very often. You don't see a quarterback playing linebacker too often either. But he is a Radke.
Indians off to punt the ball from the 40-yard line, put in the air from about the 45. Straightaway kick, bounds about the 10-yard line, rolls to a stop. Indians covered up. We'll take a time on ourselves on this primetime game of the week.
Hey, high school.
Panthers, Radke keeps it, trying to follow the blockers through. That time a host of Indians again, once again, that's back. Tim O'Donnell, the defensive tackle, 5'10", 200, got able to get into the pads and wrap them up.
That time Lake Central really had all of the options, I guess you could say, covered. They had the dive back covered, and they had 2 or 3 guys on Radke, and you have to gang tackle someone like Tyler Radke.
47-yard line.
Third down. Got a long 3 to go for the Panthers. 3 men in the backfield. Once again, Radke handoff. First man through, breaks everything across the first down and in the 35-yard line. That was the power back move. Here, watch the replay.
There you see how important Justin Newell is to this offense. He runs low, he runs hard, and the most important thing about it, as you see in the replay, he keeps his legs moving. We talked about gang tackling. You also have to wrap after you make the initial hit, especially when you're tackling a guy like Justin Newell.
He just put the shoulders down, squared him up, turned the legs, got the first down. Panthers marching the ball down the field against the Lake Central defense. Radke sets up the signals. Turns, keeps himself looking to pass. Has a man deep down the middle, all by himself. Caught end zone. Panthers on the board first of all. Sean Metzger out of the backfield.
Somebody missed an assignment back there, Joe. You know, Elmer Britton is going to be getting on somebody in the secondary for this. Here's another replay. Tyler Radke dropping back and has a wide open target in Sean Metzger. We say Griffith doesn't pass very much, but it's not because they can't. It's just because they choose to keep the ball on the ground.
And what happened right there as well, you get used to watching all the options out of their running formation. The Indians watch all the options. They watch them with all the fakes, all the possibilities. They covered it all short, and somebody who should have been covering Metzger in the backfield was too worried about the runner in the middle, who wasn't there. Extra point kick sets up. Kicking the ball will be Mark Amos, junior kicker. Set down, puts it up. Goes wide to the left side. No good, makes the score 6-0. Panthers take the early lead. With 9:49 to play here in the first quarter, we'll be back at this time out of ourselves on your primetime game of the week.
Hey, high school seniors, listen up.
Be careful inside. Just saw right there where that cornerback stepped into the corner. You're going to watch a Griffith player take off from the line, which is, of course, number 22, Mr. Metzger, from this inside. But he cut right up the inside where the defensive player is starting to turn the corner, and that was really the play to open him up, because there he goes down the side all by himself. And that's what happens when the running play becomes such a worry for the defense to cover. Kickoff all the way down inside the 5. A big hole for the Indians on this side. Breaks over the 40-yard line, take on the 45. Danny Duncan looking to break it big up the near sideline.
I'll tell you, that is definitely the way to come back out of a touchdown. Here's another replay. Danny Duncan, the main threat for Lake Central. A lot of speed, but he really is not touched. He even drops the football. But look at this, Joe. He's really not touched for what? There's 5, 10,
So once he's
15,
got his head up, he's watching the
20,
hole develop here. He's watching everything.
25. He goes 25 yards without really having to maneuver and get out of the way of a defensive player.
Nice job on the coverage that time for Lake Central. Pass plays open a half up. Taken down, a caught. About a 7-yard pickup.
That Dowling also can throw the football, Joe. 14 of 39, 171 yards. No touchdowns yet, but no interceptions also. So that's a good sign.
So Van wide open on the outside, went to the flat, pulled it down.
47-yard line.
7-yard pickup by Urban.
I always think it's good, too, Joe, to open up on first down with that pass every now and then, kind of keep the defense honest.
Well, the Indians now in a catch-up rule.
24, Dale Flickinger.
The ball at the middle by Dale Flickinger. And that time on the defensive side, you saw Sean Metzger on the tackle.
And that's that area that Radke hit on earlier. Very important for his team to start on a good note tonight because, as we've mentioned, Lake Central doesn't have a lot of guys going both ways. I don't think they have one guy that goes both ways. Griffith, on the other hand, is forced to do that.
Up to the Panther 44-yard line, setting things up. Looking to pass, Allen tucks it in, has to run now. In the middle, a big gain. Lots of open space, has a big run all the way inside of the 15-yard line. That was the run from the 44 all the way inside of the Panthers' 16-yard line.
Dowling right away, he notices doesn't have a receiver. He's under some pressure, tucks it away, doesn't think about it, and just runs for the open grass. And there you see a big pickup. We mentioned Dowling does like to run 34 carries this season in just 3 games. Nowadays, the quarterbacks, they can do it all, Joe. They can run, they can pass, and they can even play linebacker if you're Tyler Radke.
Handoff near side, turns the corner, follows the blockers, has more space in the corner, has it, touchdown. What a pretty run by Danny Duncan. He followed the block. You watch him, he's put the brakes on and follow the blockers.
Here's our look right here. Perfect job of following this block. As you see him go inside, number 21 turns around for Griffith, and then Duncan uses his speed to get to the outside and goes in for a touchdown. Very nice offensive series there for Lake Central after Griffith punched it in and made it 6-0.
It's a nice job as Chris Ogden leading the blocking out there, one of the backs, and he really turned, you talk about the defender turning around, that's because the defender, or the blockers, weren't giving up on their blocks. They pushed him right out to the outside corner. Adam St. Clair out to do the kicking duties. Ball's put down, a high snap. Goes up and splits it, though. Makes the score 7-6. Lake Central with the lead. So now the Indians, after falling down to that big series by the Panthers, have come back and jumped right back on top of the scoreboard.
But I'll tell you, the scary thing is they really made it look easy, Joe, right there from the kickoff. They really weren't stopped on too many of their plays on that offensive series.
4:17 left now. What we saw early on when the Panthers took the ball and they worked it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plays, grand total of about 88 yards. That got Lake Central to sort of wake up and see what's going on because the Panthers marched it down and played the tough man football I like to do. Now, right there, the Indians thought they had to come back and jump on top, especially after that big play that made the touchdown. And so they're sort of barking back and forth to see who's in charge of this ball game still.
And I think, you know, you always talk about special teams being very important. I think that run back by Denny Duncan, 25, 30-yard run back, really set the stage for that offensive series for Lake Central.
Then you dropped them to the 5 and brought over the 45, so really about a 40-yard run back, but that really gets the team's mentality going good when you do something like that.
Ooh.
Tipped on the return. Metzger finds his hole in the middle. He follows the blockers. He's got a big break across the 40, across the 50, open room, cuts across the 40, the 35, cuts inside, back and forth again to the 25. The special teams once again.
Griffith says, hey, if you can run back 140 yards, we're going to one-up you right here. And I'll tell you, that's the thing about Griffith. They have the potential for the big play because they have a lot of speed.
You watch the way Metzger there didn't really use his speed all that much. He kept his head up and he watched his blockers. All those cuts he was doing was because his blockers were opening the lanes different areas. He follows one blocker this way, follows one blocker that way, one blocker back this way, one blocker back that way, and that's a good return.
Nice job by Ray Smith there, making a touchdown-saving tackle for Lake Central.
The 25-yard line. A little miscue in the back now. Metzger is back to the line of scrimmage.
Metzger he's still a little tired from that run earlier, Joe. Maybe he needs a play to catch his breath.
I know they're short-handed, but I mean, after a run like that, I think I'd be giving him at least one, unless he wanted to really capitalize on that momentum he had built up. you know, on a run like that, you can come out feeling charged up sometimes.
That's true. That's true.
Second down, 10 to go for the Panthers from the 25-yard line of the Indians. Radke takes his time setting the team up. Play clock down to 5 seconds. Second guy across, stuffed up again. Once again, the Indians tighten up on that front line. You see a few numbers on the bottom of that file. 36, 88, and 39. Across the way for the Panthers. Aaron Davis, Tom Isaacs, and Nick Finelli.
Defensive coordinators always like when you're calling out 2, 3, 4 guys on a tackle, especially against a team like Griffith. Great game tackling there by Lake Central.
Third down and 9 to go for the Panthers. Watch them open up for the pass play once again. Sweep around, ripped in the backfield. Beautiful job defensively by Tom Isaacs. Slipped through and put a stop to the run.
Tom Isaacs, 6', 205-pound senior linebacker. You're going to see him go through here, number 39, and follows that play all the way. Look at that speed. And number 2 there, Nick Crawford, really didn't have much time to get out in the open and use that speed. And that was a situation, Joe, where Isaacs really pretty much read that from the get-go.
Fourth down, 12 to go. Panthers set to run the offense. Play clock runs down too low. Panthers will use their second timeout.
Things getting a little interesting here. Griffith, of course, comes right back with that big kickoff return, and now you feel like Lake Central's gotten a little bit of momentum, being able to stop the Panthers on 3 downs.
That's the one thing right now the Panthers don't want to give this ball up. That's why they're going for on 4th down, because they ran the ball away to the 25-yard line. And they can put this, if they get stopped here, it not only keeps the points off the board, but it gives the Lake Central Indians a huge emotional charge by putting a stop to their drive as they did.
Both of these teams much better than the record, especially Lake Central. Their losses are to Maryville and Munster. Both those 2 teams are undefeated coming into tonight's games. And of course, the big victory over Portage during week 2. Portage was considered the top team in the area. We'll find out about that towards the end of the season. Across the way for Griffith, they, of course, lost that one to Elkhart Central week 1, but we mentioned they get better every week. West Rackey's teams have a tendency to get better. They came back and beat Hobart at the Bricky Bowl, and then had a tough one against Andrean, but they pulled it out.
The Elkhart Central game sort of different than it appears, because that's one of the largest schools, one of the biggest class programs you can find. So the Panther program really been off a big chunk there going after that competition. 4th down. Panthers going to try to punch in the first down this last play of the series. Radke tucks it up, turns inside, doesn't have enough yards. Pretty yanked out about the 20-yard line.
Number 32, Ray Smith, and number 4.
That was a good play there by Griffith, Joe, but Lake Central did what they needed to do, and they closed it down. They guarded, or defended, I should say, that first down marker.
Lake Central take the ball over at the 1:54 to play in the first quarter. From their own 20-yard line. That's a big point there as well, because at least they didn't, they left the ball in a defendable position for Lake Central now. Going back the opposite direction once again, takes a big hit, keeps his feet. Scatters across for about a 14-yard pickup. Duncan just powers that run.
Always very scary when the ball is in Danny Duncan's hands. Duncan, a big kid, 6'1", 180 pounds, very fast. And what you see on that last play was Griffith, when they do hit Duncan, they need to hit him low, and most importantly, wrap.
So the one final safety to try to put a lick on him, didn't wrap at all, and just tried to run him over, and that doesn't work with a big back like that. Around the back corner, heard some oohs and ahs on both sides of the field. But a nice job there as Jason Alexander made the wrap and knocked the ball down.
I'll tell you, that was a great play by the defensive secondary there. Jason Alexander going to come in with the left hand and just knock it away. That was a good play. That was legit, Joe.
Nice attempt to Hubner.
That's about as close coverage as you can get.
Exactly. That's what a lot of fans were oohing on about. They thought it'd be an interference for sure, but Nice job defensively. Second down, 10 to go for the Indians. Hand up the middle, a quick hitter.
Brought down by number 81, Ryan Stage.
Dale Flickinger that time, a real tough run. Coach Britton told me, Joe, that Flickinger is one of the fastest guys in the team. He just really hasn't had the opportunity to really show off that speed.
And nice job defensive there as well. As you saw Ryan Stage do that wrap you talked about. He hit him, wrapped his arms, and just would not let go. Quick hand off the middle once again. Has a first down yardage.
But as always, very scary, Joe. One of the hardest tackles to make, one-on-one, once that back is broken through the 5 yards and they're coming at you with a full head of steam. You can't really lay somebody out that way. You can't go for it, the big hit, because if you miss, then that's a touchdown. You have to make sure you keep your feet underneath you, make the nice hit, and then, of course, wrap it, as you've been saying.
Second first down in the series. Clock run down to 37 seconds here in the first quarter. QB keeps around the corner, gets bounced on the sideline, keeps his feet going all the way to the Panther 40. That was a 15-yard pickup.
I don't know if the Lake Central backs have been running like this all season long, but right now, every single back who gets that football is running very hard, making sure they keep their leg pumping and trying to get their shoulder pads under the defensive shoulder pads and keep going.
We're seeing good technical running by the Lake Central squad. Right now, flag flies, which will bring that run back. I didn't see exactly where to be called at, but they're marching back from the line of scrimmage. The referee's call. Holding against the Lake Central squad, marching back 10 yards. So basically it cost them 25 yards in the play.
Wow.
Panthers said they have the ball around the corner. Referees pick bodies off, stays Lake Central ball.
Second down.
I think that time it was to Dale Flickinger, the handoff. Hard to tell if he lost control of that football or not.
Quarter comes to a close after one quarter play. We have a 7-6 ball game. Lake Central with the lead over the Griffith Panthers. Take a time ourselves. Come back for the second quarter of action. After this in your prime time game of the week.
We'd like to extend an invitation.
You know who I am?
I'm gonna call it revolutionary. I believe that cosmic religious sense is one of the strongest and noblest motives behind scientific research.
Gary Fisher bicycles available exclusively at Fitness Dynamics. There's never been a better time to buy than now at Richardson Suzuki in Highland. Get $19.99 closeout pricing on all remaining cars in stock, like the new Suzuki Grand Vitara V6. And the well-equipped four-door Vitara starts at $14,999, or the two-door Vitara from $13,499. All the Steam and Swift models are as much as 20% off sticker price. Come see us at Richardson Suzuki with 2 locations on Indianapolis Boulevard in Highland and on the web at richardsonsuzuki.com. Suzuki, engineered to fit your life.
Hey, high school seniors, listen up. T-Tac Photography in Cherville is the only fully digital studio in Northwest Indiana and is equipped with state-of-the-art computer-enhanced digital effects technology that can make really cool pictures like these. T-Tac Photography has affordable packages to fit any budget. You can even bring in your own props to reflect the real you. Plus, there's no waiting for your previews. You take them home that day. What could be better than that? Nothing. Call T-Tac Photography and Video Production today to set your appointment. We care about what we do. We make sure everything is just right. We're proud to have our name on our work. That's what Jiffy Lube Signature Service is all about. Jiffy Lube Signature Service. Our name is on the line, and we offer Pennzoil. Jiffy Lube, Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana's favorite oil change. Look for our new Jiffy Lube location on Broadway in Maryville.
And we're back to primetime game of the week. I'm Joe Wells alongside Chris Chapetta. And Chris, we're talking during the break ourselves that this first quarter really showed a couple different flavors of football. We saw Lake Central come out and put the big plays. We saw the Panthers come out and put the grind to use. Then we saw the special teams come into play. So really we've seen a lot of different actions in the first quarter.
It's nice to see neither team really hanging their head after the other does something good. And especially with those special teams and the kickoff returns, neither team hung their head. They came back, and it's really been a momentum shift. I mean, boy, one team has it for 3 plays, and then it'll switch over to Lake Central for 2 plays, and Griffith takes it back again. So if we keep this pace, we should be in store for a pretty good ending, but still a long way to go.
Lots of football quarters to go, by the way, as we start the second quarter. A 7-6 ball game. Lake Central with the lead and the ball. Looking to pass. Pressure out of the backfield. Lets it fly anyways. Down deep. Receiver. Incomplete. Deep down the middle of the heavy reaction. There's a lot of contact between the defender and the intended receiver.
That time, Mark Urban for Lake Central and Nick Crawford for Griffith just got tied up. First of all, though, Adam Dowling nearly gets sacked in the backfield. Tyler Radke blocked down as he's getting sacked. But then you're going to see there was, I think, some incidental contact there, Joe. And I think Nick Crawford tripped up Mark Urban.
Second down, Indians.
So now they're trying to straighten things out. They both tied up a bunch, but right now takes the ball to the 38-yard line of the Indians. Third down, 15 to go. Inside handoff, caught the line, turns up, around the corner, breaks his speed, gets up to the first down marker, keeps his feet. First down yardage over the 30. That's a moving down the sideline as Danny Duncan toe steps the corner.
When you get it back like Danny Duncan, very rare that one defender can take him down. You see number 89, he has a shot there, but Duncan does a little juke move, gets rid of him, outmaneuvers number 22 there for Griffith, and then Nick Crawford again misses. So 3 missed tackles for Griffith, 4 missed tackles, and lucky Craig Covera there. I believe he is on the Griffith defensive line. He made that tackle downfield.
Up the middle from the Panther 30.
And Joe, we're probably going to see that for both teams. You're going to see a lot of guys missing a Tyler Radke and a Sean Metzger, and you're going to see a lot of guys missing a Danny Duncan.
Both teams got such quality in the backfield. It's really hard to make the defense. They make the defense look incapable when they're
right.
not. And that's the one thing about it.
I was just going to say, easier said than done from up
exactly.
here. But,
second down, 6 to go. 4 and then a little dive play in the middle. Now half once again, smacked head up by Radke. That was a head up tackle, and you see the ball carrier still come up limping. Looked like it could be dangerous to the stars. Dale Flickinger still off the sideline.
Flickinger a little fired up there. Looks like he should be okay. Twisted an ankle, though, on this play. Great looking tackle by Tyler Radke, Griffith linebacker here. You're going to see Flickinger gets the ball, and you see Tyler Radke, after he does make the initial hit, he keeps his leg pumping and, of course, wraps up. I'll tell you, these Lake Central guys are not going down easy tonight.
That's the thing about it. It's so fun to watch these guys play because you know you can sit there and do all your mathematics and everything and see how they size up, but that doesn't matter a lot in these ball games. Missed you in the backfield and the stack up on the quarterback. Dowling turns to hand the ball off, hits the ball carrier. Looks like a miscue on a misdirection play.
And Craig Covera once again on the tackle. He's been a busy man tonight for the Griffith Panthers.
Takes it to 4, about 5. Indians set up with the play, looking to pass, a quick pass play, the outside corner, caught over to one stretches, reaches to about the 16-yard line.
From Dowling to number 2, Mark Urban.
Mark Urban working one-on-one against Nick Crawford again. This time Urban able to come up with the play. Just a two-step drop for Dowling. Pretty nice ball there to Urban, and then of course Crawford just hangs on there. If Urban again were to break free, might have been a touchdown. But a first down still, that's the important thing for LC.
And off the middle, breaks around. At the line, keeps the legs turning, gets inside the 10-yard line. So that time the defender wasn't quite ready for the tackle and caught him low. And you catch a power back like that, it'll just run right over you.
Well, I'll tell you, here's another look. You're going to see Dale Flickinger. He just puts his head down and keeps on running. Right here, boom. He's got his head down, keeps his feet pumping, and he runs right through Sean Metzger, picks up an extra 4 yards.
So Metzger turned that corner. I don't think he was expecting to see him at that point, and really caught him off guard. Sweep around the corner, has a block, open hole, tripped up. He got a high low as he turned the corner. The hole opened up from our angle and just closed down just as quickly.
Number 65.
That time I think it was number 81 for Griffith. That time on in pursuit. Ryan Stage. Seemed like he had some running room, but boy, that hole closed in a hurry.
First and goal from the 6-yard line. Indians set it up. Urban out wide to the near side. Down the pass in the middle. Caught. You see the first touchdown pass of the season right there, snagged in the end zone by Adam Hubner.
That time nobody picking up Adam Hubner over the middle. Adam Dowling, nice big target there. Hits him in the corner of the end zone. Hubner, 6'4", only a sophomore, but again, nice target there. And I believe that's his first touchdown pass of the season, huh, Joe?
Shipped up, puts it through, makes it 14-6 your score. Here in the second quarter, 8:26 left to play. We'll take a time ourselves on this primetime game of the week as the Indians take the down, put it in the end zone. That was actually a pretty big drive to start their own 20-yard line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 plays. Right down to the end zone. And it caps off with a 6-yard pass to Hubner.
Yeah, right now the Lake Central offense is definitely doing a good job. And I think one of the key reasons there is the way that their backs are running the football.
The Panthers need to return that answer right here from a pickup from the 18-yard line. Ball's a block in the middle. A big hole tripped up as he cuts over the 35-yard line.
Wow.
The possibilities are just endless when you see these guys return the ball. And that time, Ray Smith, the defensive back for Lake Central, is ready to tee off on him as he crossed, but just got tripped up. Here you watch the return again.
There's another look. This time it's going to be Nick Crawford who's going to get it. And every time Lake Central seems to score, Griffith seems to have an answer on special teams. Crawford follows the wedge right up the middle, and then he's just going to get tripped up there. Or else we could have been in store for one of those big hits that I know you like, Joe.
Of course.
We can hear that from up here. We're close this
You
time.
can probably feel it from this point. First and 10, Panthers from their own 37-yard line. Radke keeps it. Taken down, pick up about 4 to 5.
There's that play that we saw Griffith run a lot against Hobart 2 weeks ago. Tyler Radke will fake to his back off of the right tackle. He'll pull it out and use that back as a blocker.
That's one thing I know I sort of whine about it a bunch up here, but when you have the quarterbacks taking the ball in the ball carrier's basket like that and pulling it back out, it's always a hazard for a turnover. But the Panthers are just so used to that series. That's what they do, and it doesn't happen as often as it would with most teams. The Lake Central line cuts right through the front time on that side. That'll cost the Panthers a couple yards.
Nice job there by Josh Borick. He was one of the men through. Also number 39 for Lake Central, Tom Isaacs, able to put a stop to that play before it really could even develop.
Third down, it's going to go on the 40-yard line for the Panthers. Trying to stack the front line up tight. No receivers out wide. A hard snap count. It's defensive line to jump over. This will march it back against the Indians.
Well, that was a tough break there for Lake Central. If they could have forced Griffith 3 and out the punt, 3rd and 7, big difference from 3rd and 1.
Got about 2 to go from the 45-yard line. Long one sets up. Radke the signals once again. And off from the man in the middle. Stacks up at the line. Just seeing some power football in the middle from the Panther offensive side. They get the ball running in the middle and they just meet.
Justin Newell that time on the carry, but again, a lot of gang tackling for Lake Central.
Got nothing on the run for Newell.
This could be a big play right here.
Picked up by the length of a football in that one, actually. 4th down. Just over a yard to go. Panthers set it up. Both teams have gone for it on 4th down. Panthers stopped last time. Radke follows it. Looks like he twisted around for enough. His big diving back was tackled just short of the 1st down mark, but as you said, Radke follows him and just used him to lay the groundwork.
That's exactly what he did. And again, a lot to ask from your defense to stop Griffith when they need only a yard to go, but I think that was a very important play for the Panthers. Sort of keep that momentum going. You know, now it's their turn to strike back here.
So the Panthers cannot give the ball up on 3 and out. Right now, the Panthers, as we've seen them before, they use a variety of inside plays, but they pounded the inside a few times, and really, Lake Central has stopped them. Sort of expecting them to go to the air, go outside pretty soon here.
Yeah, I know all season long we've been hearing, oh, Griffith is going to pass a lot more, but really, for the most part, they've kept that ball on the ground. Radke's coming into tonight's ball game, Joe. He's only 5 of 9. 51 yards, 1 touchdown.
Just 3 passes a game isn't really much of a passing series. Here we go, looking to air it up. Checks it back in, runs in the middle. Nearly the 1st down mark.
Nice quarterback draw there for Griffith. You see Tyler Radke drop back about 4 yards and then quickly tucks it away, and you're going to see that middle open up very nicely for him. And he's able to pick up about 5-6 yards on that play.
Third down, 1 to go for the Panthers. Twisting, turning, looks like he's able to stretch 8 yards out of there.
And you saw Tyler Radke that time, Joe. He kept that ball. He kept both hands on that football until the very last minute. And then, of course, took the one hand out and stuck it up to Newell. That's going to be close, but I'll tell you, I don't think he got it. Lake Central has been doing a lot of gang tackling. You saw that momentum going the other way.
The thing with it, though, with the way Griffith's been choosing the plays, dive in the middle as they have, it's pretty simple because Lake Central is keeping, they are keeping 10 men in the box basically, right in the middle of the line with no wideouts for the Panthers. She come up well short, I believe.
So another 4th down and short situation for Griffith on this drive.
From the Lake Central 43-yard line. 4th down. Inside the yard to go. Panthers once again stack 3 men across the backfield. Trying to dive in the middle. Radke keeps on the corner, gets the yards, a couple more.
Number 10, Tyler Radke on the keeper. Brought down by number 44, Mike Nelson.
That time Lake Central really brought a lot of guys in the box, and Griffith, instead of going right up the middle, they went a little bit off a right tackle, maybe right end, and that's why they picked up that yardage. If they would have went up the middle, it would have been stuffed. There was just too many men there for Lake Central. Good call.
Panthers now 1st and 10, the 38 of the Indians. Racky keeps on the corner.
Number 10 on the carry, Tyler Redkey.
It makes you feel like you're watching a bit of a football game from back in the 40s before they started airing the ball out so much.
That's the thing with Griffith. They're picking up 2-3 yards a pop, and the most important thing is they're converting on 3rd and short, and especially on 4th down and short. They're getting the job done, picking up that 1st down, and they're keeping the drive alive, knocking off a lot of time on that clock. But we're down to a little over 3 minutes to go. That's Griffith football, I guess, right?
Keeping things tight once again. Up the middle, hit hard. Looked like a slip and a hit. Just there coming the bottom of the pile is Nick Canelli, along with Ray Smith, with the big stop in that corner.
But again, you see Lake Central really closing up the middle. Really not much there, and Griffith even gave that to the tailback that time, allowing him to have an extra blocker or two, and still not too much there for Griffith up the middle. Might air this one out, I think, Joe. You never know.
Think so?
I don't know. I wouldn't bet on it.
Radke sets up, 3 backs behind him. Hands it off, first man through, the big break.
Number 30, Justin Newell on the carry.
Newell, once again, your power back.
Brought down by number 16, Jason Hurley.
See Coach Radke in the sideline.
He's always very colorful. Always fun to do a game with Coach Radke there.
28-yard line.
1st and 10 once again in the series. Inside the Lake Central 30-yard line. Radke keeps in the corner, has the open ground.
Number 10, Tyler Redkey on the carry. Brought down by number 39, Tom Isaacs.
Griffith really putting together a nice drive here, Joe. As a team, they're averaging 272 yards on the ground per game, only 17 yards in the air. So this is the type of football that Lake Central would expect.
Man in motion once again, and off backside. Breaks across the hole.
Number 22, Sean Metzger on the carry.
Saw Metzger. That time shuffled right across the line.
Number 16, Jason Hurley on the stop. First down, Panthers.
Griffith hurrying up, getting to that line of scrimmage, making sure they have enough plays here to punch it in.
Ball on the Indians' 18-yard line.
1st and 10 once again from the 18-yard line of the Indians. Hand off inside. Newell
Number 30, Justin Newell.
stacks it off the right side of the line.
Number 32.
And here's where you got to be careful, too. They've been running that football all night long. You got to watch out for the little tight end pass over the middle. This is a perfect situation to do that, especially when you've been running how many plays? What, 10-plus plays on the ground?
At least that. Down to just over a minute to go in the second quarter. Clock keeps winding as he's taking down the far side, and the Panthers have used up 2 timeouts so far in this half. So they can't use the timeouts to stop the clock. Clock rolls down to 45 seconds. The clock will stop. It's a timeout for Lake Central, I believe, in the field. Indians want to talk about their defense.
But I'll tell you, it's like Lake Central knows what's coming. They know that they're going to keep the ball on the ground, but it's one thing to know what's coming. It's a whole different story to stop it.
What we have here is our Moeller vision. Now, what happened a few minutes ago, Mr. Moeller had to go from the 20 to the 20. And we like to make fun of Jerry, of course, and this is what say you see from one side, comes in, and
wow,
we had the replay. Remember that one, guys?
Yeah.
See, we make fun of our Moeller vision week in, week out, but that's some hustle. That's a thumbs up move right there.
I'll tell you, Joe, at this level, every second counts.
Yes, it does.
When you got Moeller down there.
See, Mr. Moeller goes from 20 to 20, doesn't miss a play. All in what, a 30-pound camera?
Yeah, if it's that even, I don't even know.
And yanking a couple hundred feet of cord behind him when he has to.
You should put some ankle weights maybe on to make it more exciting for him. Make it more of a challenge, you know?
Third down, yard to go for first. Panthers.
Oh, boy.
Deep in the territory of the Indians. Ranky sets up the signals, looks the handoff. First man through, keeps it himself, turns a corner.
Number 10.
He moved forward, I'm not sure how far, though.
I think he picked up that first down, Joe, but it is tough to tell from this angle.
Not much time left in the clock. The Panthers have to move this quickly.
Official timeout.
Official timeout, going to measure the ball. Measure the spot.
Here you see Elmer Britton, longtime Lake Central head coach.
Look at my souvenir program, see if we can get the seasons here. We're discussing that with the retirement of Coach Howell and the changes around Northwest Indiana. Coach Britton probably has the longest tenure around the area from 1983. Here's the 1999 season. Fourth down and just a couple inches to go. The Panthers have to get the first down. They've got to get to the end zone after the series. Radke delays, drives in, touchdown. The delayed draw by Radke puts him in the end zone.
I want to say, I know you were keeping track of this, Joe. How many plays did that drive take for Griffith? Here's another look at the play here. Tyler Radke again just following his back, using his running back as a blocker, and then he finds the open grass and cuts it upfield for the touchdown. He had 2 scores last weekend against Andrean, and now you can add 1 more tonight. Now Griffith, of course, wants to go for the 2-point conversion. And, of course, head into the break, tied up. How many plays was that, Joe?
73 yards and 18 plays.
Wow.
With, I believe, 3 fourth down attempts. So that'll make it 14-12.
And you see how important that first possession after that Lake Central touchdown, Joe, when LC stopped Griffith on 3 plays and they had to go for it. They didn't make it there. Boy, this game could be totally different right now. Lake Central, the way their offense is playing, they might have added 1 more score and been up 2 scores going into the break.
And that's really the big switch. Now what you're going to see here is Lake Central coming out. They go for the 2-point conversion and try to tie things up. Trail by 2, 14-12 with 27-7 left to play here in the first half. Radke sets up the 2-point conversion. Stumbles out, naked bootleg around the corner, race to the marker. Twist turn, does he make the end zone? He's in. 2 points, up at 14.
Well, we haven't seen that play all night from Russ Radke and the Panthers, but I guess this is a perfect time to run it. Here's another look at the naked bootleg. The importance here is, of course, the fake, and then Radke tucks it right on his hip, and now it's just a race for the end zone. Last second, he's going to cut it up there to avoid one of the defenders, but you're going to see that Lake Central end came in, and Radke was able to give up a big play on the kickoff, which we've seen tonight from both teams.
And this will avoid it right at the low kick, the high bounce. Picked up about the 30-yard line, turned inside, yacked down about the 41.
Number 23, Chris Troopus on the carry.
Nice recovery by Chris Troopus right there. Picked it up and took it in.
Now we'll see what Elmer Britton decides to do. Don't know if they want to go for it or just pretty much head in and pretend the score is 0-0. Come out and play a new ball game.
With the formation, they see them run a lot of times. You can watch for a wide open pass to the ends. I believe they may even try something like that, going big. The safety's way back, giving a 20-yard cushion for the Panthers. Pass play, put it back and tuck it up, down and looking to run to the far side. He'll pick up a few yards. He's drugged down with a 5-yard pickup.
Number
Justin Falk that time, Griffith linebacker. Nice pursuit on the tackle. Adam Dowling, of course, looking downfield, but as you mentioned, Joe, we've seen those Griffith defenders, the Griffith secondary, they were back by the 40-yard line, their 40-yard line, two of them.
They're really watching that big home run play, which is what they're pretty much trying to set up from the Lake Central side of the ball.
Well, 15 seconds left right now, score tied up 14-all. Now, we said these two teams would be evenly matched. So far, it looks like a pretty good ball game. It is Lake Central's homecoming tonight. See a pretty decent-sized crowd out there.
Have to have some zanies in the crowd as every week.
Oh, yeah. Well, Moeller knows how to find them, too. I think the camera attracts those type of people, maybe. I don't know.
Have to have fun. High school football game. A lot of things can go on Friday night, but just come out here to support your team and have some fun. It's a way to do it. Second down. 5 to go for the Indians.
47-yard line.
And I would say that maybe tonight perfect weather, perfect football weather. I want to say.
Nice weather tonight. Nice.
It can be almost as perfect as you can be for football.
Yeah,
Not
still
too
prefer
hot,
the
not
mud
too
and
cold.
rain.
Yeah, well, you're a lineman.
Forgot you're one of those quarterback people.
You got to go with the quarterback.
Adam Dowling, number 14 on the keeper.
Late fall, a little crisp and cool in the air. You just see enough of breath. That's the way to do it.
There.
Third down, 2 to go. Dowling looking deep. 5 receivers back. Heavy coverage. Nearly caught there. It's pulled down finally. The tip drill. And the Panthers pull away the academic interception, the last play of the half. 1/2 a play in the books. Score is tied up. 14-0. You're going to watch a replay in the break. Has way back defensively. Nice job. Nick Crawford pulls this one out to take the possession away. It's halftime. 14-0. Back half this on your primetime game of the See, the first half of the game, as we said, we saw a lot of the play back and forth, but really these teams, as we said before, are taking turns controlling parts of the ballgame and different parts of the ballgame. We saw, first of all, the Indians came out and put the big plays out. Then Lake Central controlled it with their defense. And then the Panthers came out and controlled it with their defense by putting a stop to Lake Central's drive. And then they controlled it with their offense by putting the drive together. And both teams are really just slugging it out back and forth. A really bunch of heavy play in between the tackles. A lot of inside tackle, a lot of inside running plays. And both these teams are just really slugging it out.
And I also think special teams are going to be very important here in this second half as well, because both teams have shown the ability to maybe break off some big plays, which can lead to some scores.
And that's one thing especially. We saw those big plays happen. We saw the big kick returns on the kickoffs by Duncan for Lake Central. And then across the way we saw the same thing by we had our big return for Shane Mesker. The big return for the Panthers. And that really opened things up because the Panthers ran the ball down to the LC 25-yard line, and Lake Central ran the ball from the 5 to the 45. And so really opened up those big pass plays. We saw the pass play come into effect as well for the Panthers. After they worked the ball inside, someone pulled out and threw about a 15-yard chuck in the middle for the first touchdown.
That's right. Both teams have thrown touchdown passes tonight. Aragi connected with Sean Metzger, and Adam Dowling connected with Adam Hubner for Lake Central. So, but really both teams have controlled the ball on the ground, and that's where they're getting their success.
We have the official computerized scoring here from Lake Central booth as well.
Nice.
Just had the stats handed to us, and take a look at the rush. We said the big plays for Lake Central. Dan Duncan, 5 rushes for 83 yards. That is a big play. He's able to break in the middle and take off big. And your quarterback, Adam Dowling, has picked the ball up for 10 times for 51 yards. He really averages a nice chunk of yards every time he has to pick the ball up and run with it.
But you see how close these are. First downs, both schools with 9 apiece. Griffith 114 yards on the ground. Lake Central 161 yards on the ground. And passing, Griffith a slight edge, 36 yards to 22.
That's just one pass play for the Panthers across the way for Lake Central. See, they've put the ball in the air 7 times, which really shows a lot more of a rounded attack, but about the same results.
Griffith, of course, having that ball a little over 13 minutes, and Lake Central a little over 10 minutes. We mentioned that 18-play drive for the Panthers to end the second half, really important. I mean, what a difference going in. Now it's a new game, 0-0, rather than trailing 8 points. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion, a big difference.
It's a huge difference right there, especially the way they worked it right down. They used 2 timeouts early off in the half, and didn't have them to rely on at the end of the series. When they came out in the second quarter and worked the ball on the field in those 73 yards, they didn't use a single timeout. They worked the ball down, put it in with about 27 seconds left to play, and so really left Lake Central with nothing to come back with either.
Another impressive stat, too, on the kickoff returns. Griffith has 2 returns for 91 yards. Lake Central 3 returns, 73 yards.
Shows a big returns.
Big returns.
And now the Panthers start with the ball once again as the Indians are really kicking off towards here in the second half. Derek Moore set the kick. The senior for Lake Central will set the play in action here for the second half. Moore comes up, puts the boot to it, puts it down deep. Bounds inside the 2-yard line. Picked up looking for the blockers in the middle. Tries to follow the hole, pulled down about the 21-yard line. Metzger, return man, got to about the 21-yard line.
Number 23, Chris Trusa.
All right, now we'll see those halftime adjustments, Joe. We'll see who's doing what. Last time Griffith held that ball, they went team plays for the touchdown. 1st and 10 now for the Panthers as we begin the second half. Radke, the quick handoff.
Number 10, Radke on the keeper.
He'll keep it himself, pick up maybe about 3 yards on the play. Once again, a host of Lake Central defenders on the tackle.
And really, that helps out a lot. Lake Central's getting the gang tackles. But that's really a lot because Griffith is running the ball right in the middle with the stacked defensive line. So they're really running right into a lot of coverage.
That'll make it 2nd and 6 now for the Panthers. Radke, the quick dive to Newell. Newell hit immediately, maybe picks up a yard or 2.
30 on the carry, Justin Newell. Most of Indians on the stop.
The break just under the 25-yard line. Nice up for the Panthers when they get it's 3rd down and long, but we've seen that first half. This is pretty much a normal plays.
3rd down, 5 yards to go for Griffith. Radke again on the dive. Well covered, though, by the Indians. That's going to bring up a 4th down situation now for the Panthers, who were very successful in that second quarter on those 4th down and 1s, 4th down and 2. So we'll see what happens. I think they're a little too far in their own end zone. I know Russ Radke has a lot of confidence in his defense, but he doesn't want to put them in a hole right now. So they're going to be forced to punt now on 4th and 3.
Snap comes a bit low. Gets a nice boot under it, though.
It's going to be fielded near the 30. Jason Hurley drops it at first, then regains control, and Hurley will be brought down at the 34-yard line. Some flags thrown, but we're going to take a quick break right now. We'll be right back with our primetime game of the week.
Number 89.
Yards.
19-yard line.
Was clipping after the fact there. Takes it back to about the 18-yard line.
That's where the Indians will get started. Dowling, the quick give up the middle. Fleckinger battling for some yardage there, but he'll be wrapped up by a number of Griffith defenders after a pickup of maybe 2 yards. Tyler Radke in there on the tackle.
So Radke's name called a lot because he's in about every play he can get into, offensively and defensively. He picked up about 6 in the carry.
And now we'll see, as you mentioned too, Joe, a lot of guys from Griffith are going both ways. We'll see if it'll take its toll as we get later and later in this game. 2nd and 4 now for Lake Central. Dowling again to give to Fleckinger up the middle. Fleckinger will be brought down at about the 29-yard line. 1st down for Lake Central. So we're seeing Fleckinger get a little bit more action. We didn't see a lot from him in that first half. We saw a lot of again, but not a lot of Fleckinger.
That's with the resources Lake Central has, they really do like to switch things up like that because you have about 3 number 1 backs in this team they have.
First and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Adam Dowling back to pass, throws right side, as a receiver over, but it's going to be incomplete. Dowling that time looking for Mark Urban. Couldn't hold on to it. That'll make it 2nd and 10 now for the Indians.
So Urban in that first half had 2 pickups for 16 yards. One of the main backs like to go to.
Yeah, Urban and Nick Crawford have been working one-on-one pretty much together all night. That's one of the things about the Griffith defenders. They're secondary. They're not scared to come up and play those receivers.
One thing I'll touch on in just a second as well, that defense.
2nd and 10 now. They give to Flickinger. Flickinger wrapped up immediately. That time in on the tackle, number 95, Brett Rocchietti.
Also 78, Troy Dameron. And Radke was there to put the final stack on it.
When we were talking earlier, though, with the speed that the Panthers have, they're not scared to come up and get right in the receiver's face.
And what happens with things like that, since the defenders also play offense, they know a little bit more insight on what the guys across the line are doing, so they can really put the extra effort in. It's how it helps you out playing both sides of the ball.
3rd and long now. Dowling looking downfield. He's going to tuck it away. Dowling picks up a good chunk of yardage. He'll be brought down at about the 38, 39-yard line. So Dowling looking for someone downfield. We've seen him do that a lot tonight, Joe. He drops back to pass, and he's tucked it away and ran about 2-3 times.
You know, this one, what he does, he rolls out to the side. He puts his arm up in the air and gets ready to pass. He pump fakes once, and that makes the defense watch out for the pass. So he's still keeping his pass play open here. That's what he's doing right here. He's not giving up on the pass yet until he crossed that line and tucked the ball up and ran. He was holding up all his options. 4th down, 1 to go for the Indians.
Yeah, Dowling picked up a nice chunk of yardage, but he's going to be a little short, and they're going to go for it. Dowling on the quarterback keeper. Big push from the offensive line. No doubt about that one. 1st down, Lake Central. That one wasn't even close. I think they used maybe the quick count that time. Joe caught Griffith off guard.
They picked up, what, about 5 yards, 4 yards on the carry? That was
all push. It was all push.
7th play of the series for Lake Central. 2nd 1st down in the drive.
Well, we see Griffith have some success with that 4th and 1. Now Lake Central answers back. 1st and 10 now on their own 42. Dowling rolling left, a quick pass out. That's going to be caught by number 29 there, Adam Hubner. 1st down, Lake Central, as he crosses the 50-yard line.
You watch this as a quick little roll pass. He rolls up across his body, throws that ball nicely. And Hubner, a good job. He kept his hands on the ball. He saw the ball hit the ground, but he did a good job. Textbook kept his hands on the ball and brought it in.
1st and 10, Lake Central. They give to Flickinger up the middle. Flickinger keeps the legs pumping, and he'll pick up another 1st down for the Indians. We mentioned all night long how the Lake Central runners have been keeping the legs pumping, and they've been very hard to bring down one-on-one.
You watch a replay where we talk about he takes a hit, his legs keep driving. A lot of times guys will give up here and fall down. He kept his legs driving, got out of the 1st tackle, kept his legs driving, almost got out of the 2nd one, pulled down finally for that 1st down yardage.
Lake Central moving now on the Panthers. They give to Flickinger again. Flickinger will pick up a couple before being wrapped down. Maybe made it to about the 30-yard line. You see how important that is, that 4th and 1. It sort of gives the offense a boost.
And what happens on that, as you saw, they kept the play going. You're seeing both teams take a lot more gambles like that tonight because they know they need the possession. They can't sit back and wait for the team to mess up. They need the possession themselves to take advantage of their offensive teams.
2nd and 7 now. They give again to Flickinger. He'll bust it to about the 25-yard line. Haven't seen much from Danny Duncan so far in the 2nd half.
Been all Flickinger here in the 2nd half.
Here you see some of the rowdies out there. Jerry Moeller, of course, capturing them with the Moeller vision.
All team spirit, the blue and white hair, the bullhorn,
yeah.
They can hear you.
All right, we're going to take a quick break.
Official timeout.
Officials
Okay.
use a timeout. So
Officials want to take a timeout.
we thought it was a team timeout at first. Now the officials are going to call a timeout to set in some equipment.
5.
And here we go. 3rd and 1 now. We're all tied up 14 apiece. The handoff to Danny Duncan. Duncan caught behind the line of scrimmage. He keeps his legs moving, but
Number 21.
don't think he got that, Joe.
Looked like it may be a bit of a miscue on the handoff. He didn't quite get it as crisp as he needed. He caught the ball and had to bob a little bit. Then the timing is off a bit between him and the quarterback.
Craig Covera, Tyler Radke, just 2 of the 3 or 4 tacklers for Griffith in on that play. It's going to be 4th down and 1 now.
4th down possession once again.
Big
A
play
yard to
for
go.
the Indians. Dowling the pitch, and Duncan going to be caught in the back. He eludes one tackler, but his second
still
effort, I
short.
think he just came up a little short, Joe. That time Griffith getting a little too much
Danny Duncan on the carry.
pursuit there. That was, I believe, Nick Crawford.
The Indians trying to come out with the pitch play to the outside and beat the speed around the corner, but it just didn't work out. Nice job breaking that defense by the outside corner. Got in the backfield and really threw a wrench in the works for Lake Central.
A very big play there for the Panthers. Nice way to start this 3rd quarter, although for Lake Central, the positive is they did get this offensive series going there, and without the use of Danny Duncan.
Panthers last time, 3 hits and out. See if they can put another offensive drive on this series.
Tyler Radke going to keep it this time, and he's going to be stuffed. Maybe a pickup of a yard or 2. Lake Central with a swarm of tacklers once again on the play. Radke coming up limping, but looks like he should be okay. It'll be 2nd down and 8 yards to go now for Griffith. Radke sets up the play. Quick dive to the Panthers. They'll pick up about maybe 3-4 yards that time.
Trying to misdirection on that dive play.
Little misdirection back there. Nick Crawford was the ball carrier. It's going to make it 3rd and 2 now.
3rd down, 2 balls on the Panther 32-yard line.
Here's where you have to pick up that 2 yards.
Officials call a timeout once again. They've checked a couple things in the field last couple series. Now all of a sudden
There
going
we
for the
go.
clock.
3:42 and counting now. We're all tied up. 2 touchdowns apiece. Griffith and Lake Central. Oh, the quick count forces Lake Central to jump a little early, and that's going to give Griffith a 1st down.
2nd time they've done it tonight. Last time it just chopped down a lot of yards in a 3rd down situation. This time they'll give them the 1st down.
Winning number again for 361.
And I guess whatever way you can get it done, right, Joe? It's still a 1st down.
5-5-0-5.
No doubt about that. We saw about 2 or 3 of the Lake Central defenders just a little too eager there on the quick count. 1st and 10 now for the Panthers. Ball on their 37. Tyler Radke keeps it, cuts it upfield.
Nice job by
Radke.
Radke. Made that shuffling dive up there. Picked up about 7 or 8 in the carry.
Tripped up by number 39, Tom.
There's that situation again, Joe, where he's just pretty much following that first back through and using him as a blocker.
2nd down, ball on the
Radke very quick.
6-yard line.
Pickup of 9 on that last play. It'll be 2nd and 1 now. 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Watch Indians bring all their guys up close like that.
Radke back to pass. He tucks it away, picks up the 1st down and more. Radke goes all the way down to the Lake Central 42-yard line, but some flags are thrown.
That's going to be for an illegal hit in the defensive player. Went head-to-head contact, dropped the head and dove in, I believe. No, big clip
Clipping
against the Griffith
against
side.
Griffith.
Okay.
So that will come back.
I was watching the tackle. We had a defender dive in head first, and sort of caught my attention on that side.
So the Tyler Radke first down will be brought back to about the 40-yard line. It'll be second down now for Griffith. They'll have to regroup. Second and about 8 yards to go. Three backs in the backfield. Metzger goes in motion. Radke, a little mix-up in the backfield. He decides to keep it himself, runs left side.
Still sounds that first down to drive.
What an individual effort there by Tyler Radke. It looked like the play was going to go for a loss, and Tyler ends up picking the first down.
Here you watch the replay. The handoff in the backfield inside to Metzger. Well, actually caught right here. Nice job defensively as Josh and Bork got in too quickly. And turned to the corner of the handoff, intended to go to Nick Crawford, but Nick hands it back to him and lets him go around the corner. Nice job, Radke picks up that first down yardage.
Well, I'll tell you, Radke almost handed that off to Josh and Bork to go the other way.
Nearly.
Approach 2 minutes now, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Full house backfield. The give to no one. Radke's going to be brought down, and he's a little slow getting up again.
Nick Finelli for the tackle. Radke was going to keep that ball and make the pitch on the outside, but the defensive line just got through too quickly.
That'll be a loss of 2 yards. 2nd and 12 now for Griffith. A minute 27 and counting in this third quarter, all tied up 14. Panthers going to the full house backfield once again. Radke back to pass under some pressure. He just throws it away.
Had Kyle Alexander down the field.
Nick Finelli, that time for Lake Central, putting some pressure on Tyler Radke. That time Radke really didn't have much of a choice, Joe.
Got chased out of the pocket, wasn't able to set up a really nice coverage on Lake Central's side. Lake Central's gone through the line the last few series and put pressure on Radke from the inside.
3rd and long now for the Panthers. Might see another pass attempt. Crawford goes in motion. Radke back to pass. He tucks it away. Cuts up the middle. Radke will be brought down at about the Lake Central 46-yard line. Still about 5-6 yards short of that first down. And I really don't know, Joe, if that was a quarterback draw or if Radke just decided to tuck it away because he was under some pressure. That one was pretty hard to tell.
That developed pretty quick here.
4th and 3, Griffith going to go for it. 38 seconds in the third. All tied at 14. Radke looking toward the sidelines now. They're going to have to get this play off.
Coach dragging the sideline, lets Adams fly.
All right, we're going to take a break of our own. Right now it's 14-14, 23 seconds to go.
And Tyler Radke that time, the audible looked like he twice, trying to set a new play up against the Lake Central's defense. It wasn't a play that called from the sideline. He couldn't get it going in time, had to use that timeout.
We'll try it again. 4th and 3 now for the Panthers. Full house backfield. Radke again looking towards the sidelines. Audibles. And they had a little problem with the snap. Some flags were thrown.
Wasn't sure what that
Don't
play
know
was.
what happened there. Tyler Radke looked like he knew that whistles were blown, so stopped before he even got the football. That'll be a false start against Griffith. So that's going to march him back.
Panthers trying to pull a lot of tricks out right there and really backfired both times they worked that play out. Not sure what they're trying to do that time. Radke came up from the snap.
Number 8, Justin Hall, snaps to punt.
Have a discussion about this with the coaches because what the initial call was a declined call.
Oh, and right now Russ Radke thrown with the flag. Radke came out to argue his point, and the referee immediately throwing that flag. I think he's saying the same thing you were, Joe.
So I think basically the officials still talking about the initial call. Actually, they haven't got a call up yet. The Lake Central time side reacted to the initial call, which I think they're just talking amongst themselves.
Well, the play was never run. The whistle was blown before the snap even got back to Tyler Radke's hand. You saw him stop.
I wasn't even sure if they called Radke for the motion for stepping out from under center, or if they called a movement in the backfield.
Well, the refs are talking it over. Now they're going to send one guy over to try to cool down Russ Radke and explain to him their call. I wish we could hear up here. I believe they would have to run that play, wouldn't they, Joe? They can't just give it. They can't just give it over to Lake Central.
There's a dead ball foul. They should mark the ball back against Griffith and then play that fourth down over again, which is what they should have been from their initial call. But the officials signal a first down Lake Central, which would indicate the play started, which means the officials shouldn't have thrown the flags and blown the whistle dead. So blown the play dead. So waiting to find out what's going on here. Now the referee comes over to Lake Central side to explain what happened on the far side.
So the big question then is whether or not that play was considered actually being run. Which was pretty hard to tell from up here.
The way I think it should go, it should march 5 yards against Griffith.
Right.
And then put their offense back in the field. So it'll be a motion against Griffith for 5 yards, initial call.
And then they had the penalty against Russ Radke. That'll march him back another
15 yards.
15 yards.
And what that penalty was for was him running on the field to argue with the officials.
So Griffith.
And now what started that confusion with Radke after yelling at the officials, though, was the fact that one of the officials showed a first down for Lake Central. It started all that confusion in the first place.
All right, well, we got things straightened out now. 23 seconds to go. Griffith, 4th down and 25. Back to receive the punt for Lake Central, Jason Hurley, at about his own 31-yard line.
Last punt we saw on this Lake Central, on the Griffith side, was a nice boot.
Bad snap, but Falk handles it and gets it off. It's going to go end over end. Nearly touched by one of the Lake Central players. Griffith will down it at about the Lake Central 34-yard line.
There's a flag in the backfield. Originally indicated against Lake Central. Possibly a roughing. I saw a quick call. I wasn't sure which way it went, though. Wait for the officials to discuss it this time now.
We're trying to get to that fourth quarter, Joe, but it's just not happening.
Taking a long time getting there.
It's just not happening. Haven't seen many penalties tonight in the first half. All of a sudden, though, it's getting a little slow. 14-14, a little over 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. as the officials talk over the flag once again.
Personal foul, initial call, they're just discussing amongst themselves. See a quick replay here during the play. The official looks over to Lake Central's bench and gives them indication about roughing. A personal foul against Lake Central. Indicates an illegal hit from where he's coming from. He was back deep by the punter. We didn't see anything on the tape. We didn't see anything during the initial play either. It was well behind the fact of the play.
All right,
we're going to watch a punt go up right here. You see the snap came down low. It took him a second to get the ball up. It took him a second to get the punt up. And we're going to watch when I talk about sportsmanlike conduct, any type of bad hit actually came beyond this fact here. So unless there's a late hit, right about here is when the action be happening. That's about where he got the referee at.
So Griffith will end up punting for about their 40-yard line now. Falk gets off a nice boot. It's going to be fielded at Lake Central 15-yard line. Jason Hurley picks up a few, and another flag is thrown.
But that one will be a holding on the return. I saw a wrestling match with two players about 15 yards deep in the field.
All right, there's going to be holding against Lake Central.
The third quarter actually came to a close, but we're still waiting to see what the official is going to put on this time.
All right, the officials are going to march this one back to about the 19-yard line. Holding penalty for the Indians. That's where they'll take over.
And that'll end the third quarter.
That closes out our third. We'll be back with the fourth quarter on our primetime game of the week. Kind of audible there. Dowling back to pass. Has a receiver right side. It'll be a complete pass to Mark Urban.
To number 2, Mark Urban, complete.
Another first down for the Indians. So the Indians go with the audible there. Adam Dowling puts it up in the air. Completes the pass to Mark Urban. Keeps the drive alive now.
40-yard line.
Right now, both teams looking for their first score in the second half.
Tied up at 14. Nice tight ball game.
Duncan goes in motion. The quick give to Flickinger.
Number 24.
Flickinger picks up about 3 yards.
Flickinger on the carry. Number 89 on the stop. Chris Russo.
In that first half, we saw a lot of offense, Joe, so far. In the second half, neither team been able to really get into that red zone yet.
So both teams in that first half, Lake Central put together a healthy 15-play drive. And then Griffith put together a nearly 8-minute, 18-play drive.
Dowling that time
Nice recovery.
takes it himself. Yeah, I don't know. I think he was looking for a back there on the right side. Nobody came through.
Dowling turned to hand the ball off from his running back. This is who it was, but the running back had slipped and fallen face down like a push-up position. And Dowling had to think very quickly and put the ball in action.
Very quick reaction there from the junior quarterback. Didn't think about that one too
Good job.
much.
Good job by Dowling. Just picked the ball up and ran. He turned the hand off and he just saw his running back was face down and just tucked it himself.
3rd down and 3 for Lake Central as we approach the 9-minute mark here. The give, that's going to be wrapped up easily by the Panthers.
Brett Rachetti for the Panthers, 6'3", 203, and we're number 95. Got the first wrap on and really put the brakes on that play.
Boy, Flickinger really been seeing a lot of action, but he didn't have a chance that time. About 3 or 4 gold helmets right in his face. It'll be 4th and 3 now for the Indians.
That's a key play right there to put a stop to that series.
Adam St. Clair back to punt for Lake Central at about the 35-yard line.
Number 2, Crawford.
Crawford and Metzger back for the Panthers. Nice boot by St. Clair, spiraling. That drops at about the 10-yard line. Oh, it's a loose ball in Lake Central. Looks like they might have recovered that one. Touchdown, Lake Central. We're going to try to see who it was. Number 23 on the recovery, Chris Tropis, that time getting down there and picking up the loose ball. I don't know what Sean Metzger was thinking, but he picked that ball up at about the 1-yard line. Here's another look at it, Joe.
You watch a replay, just a major mistake. Really gave this one to Lake Central on this play. You saw the huge boot. So go down and land and take the big hop. And Metzger was watching the ball bounce. I can tell what he was thinking. He sees on the run to catch up with the ball. He's thinking that it's going to roll dead to about the 1-yard line. Didn't want that to happen. He's going to try to pick the ball up and run with it, but it just did not happen. Fumble the ball into the end zone, and there's a couple Indians right there waiting for it. The key mistake, we've seen the ping pong game between the 20s, and that just put a free score on the board for Lake Central.
Lake Central for the extra point. It's going to be a high snap. St. Clair's got it, throwing for Duncan in the end zone and overthrows Danny Duncan. So the extra point is going to be no good, and Lake Central will take the lead, 2014. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the remainder of the fourth quarter. 2014 lead over Griffith. And Joe, I don't know. I said special teams is going to be important. Chris Topus recovering that punt in the end zone for a touchdown for the Indians. I guess you can take it either way, right?
Exactly, the big special team play, but what the even bigger part of it was a mistake on the Panther recovery side, because they really made a mistake which gave them that ball in the end zone for the 6 points.
Lake Central boots it into the end zone, and Griffith will take over at the 20. Here's another look at the play just before we went to break.
It's a beautiful high booming punt, and you don't like to touch on the mistakes so much, but this is what really is going to turn this ball game around at this point. The ball comes down. Metzger is on the run, full speed, cannot catch up to it. The ball bounce is about to come to a stop about the 1 or 2 yard line. Metzger thinks he doesn't want that to happen, tries to pick up and make something work, but the ball rolled in the end zone that second effort, and that's where Lake Central Struppers recovered it, and that's what gave them that 6 points.
Still a lot of time to go, though. A little over 8 minutes in the fourth quarter for Griffith. Tyler Radke this time keeps it on the option right side. Radke picks up maybe a couple yards on the carry.
And now the Panthers are playing a game of catch-up. They can't. Before, if they got the ball on 4 plays and out by Lake Central, they could work the ball down, and worse happens, they tied it up. But now they've got 8 minutes to work the ball down and hopefully tie the ball game up.
The good news for Griffith is that Lake Central missed that extra point. So if they can get the touchdown in the extra point, 7 points is all they need for the victory. Griffith, quick handoff up the middle. Justin Newell has some yardage there. Newell's going to be brought down at about the 36-yard line. Just pretty much a quick dive up the middle, Joe.
And what happens here is that big play has really sparked a light under the Panthers offensive team. You're going to watch a replay. Newell gets a handoff, pounds to the right side, finds a hole, cuts back left, and makes the big gain up to the 35-yard line.
Again, the Panthers do have the potential for that quick strike offense. 2014 Lake Central, the give to Metzger, left side. Metzger cuts it upfield. Nice pickup again for the Panthers.
That's good to see Metzger still involved right deep in the ball game. He made a mistake in that on the return, but right back in the ball game with a big gain.
And again, these guys, way too early to start hanging their heads. Still a lot of game left.
This is getting fun now. Well, for us to watch.
Yeah, it's fun for us, definitely. Second down and 2 yards to go. Radke going to keep it. And Radke picks up the first down for Griffith.
He should be down about twice before that attack, before he finally gets a knockdown on the ground. But that's how he runs the ball. You see him disappear in the group of bodies. You see him twist up to the other side. You see him trip up. You see him still chugging. He really makes that second and third effort work.
1st and 10 now for Griffith. A little under 6:20 to go in the fourth quarter. The Panthers trail Lake Central by 6. Radke, the quick handoff to Nick Crawford. Crawford has some running room right side. He'll be brought down near that first down blockers. So Griffith right now doing the job on the ground. And again, that's what we've seen all night, Joe. Every time, Lake Central would do something good, Griffith would always have an answer.
What's nice here is the Panthers earlier, watch a big play around the corner. The Panthers are putting an offense together here with the big drives. They were doing the dive in the middle and just really sort of eking out 2 and 3 yards here and there. Here they put together 2 yards, 14 yards, 7 yards, 3 yards, 8 yards. So this is a nice drive of getting the offense rolling.
2 yards to go for the first. The give to Justin Newell. Newell picks up the first down easily. He'll be brought down at the Lake Central 40-yard line.
Newell just leaving a whole wake of blue jerseys on the ground behind him. And Bork, a nice job of getting the wrap initially and holding on to it.
So a nice offensive series put together by Griffith to answer the Lake Central touchdown. Still some time left, 5:15 and counting in this fourth quarter. Full house backfield for the Panthers. Radke, the fake handoff to Newell. He decides to keep it, but he'll be wrapped up by a bunch of Lake Central defenders. Leading the way that time for Lake Central, number 32, Ray Smith.
92, Tim O'Donnell on the stop.
So Tim O'Donnell, nice job getting on the inside as well in that front line. He kept his, when he had the battle on the front line, the defensive man's able to split through the offensive guys and hold his ground. That's what O'Donnell did that time.
Ball's on Lake Central 38-yard line now, 2nd down and 9 for Griffith. The quick give to Sean Metzger. Metzger cuts it upfield. A flag going to be thrown. That time, number 32, Ray Smith, on the tackle for Lake Central. But again, the flag was thrown.
Maybe a face mask on the tackle.
Well, the referee that threw it was looking right at the tacklers.
It was wide in the open. I didn't see the face mask, but I just saw the angle he went down. Didn't look too good when he went down that way. Yeah, right there you have a face mask.
There it is.
At high school, there is no... in pros, you have the intentional, the flagrant, the light face mask. Incidental. In high school, there's no such thing. It's all 15 yards.
Sometimes you're just trying to get a grab, get a hold of that running back and keep him there, and the face mask is the only thing that's there. Either way, that's going to help Griffith's case. 1st and 10 now at the Lake Central 21-yard line. Full house backfield for the Panthers. Tyler Radke keeps it right side. Radke cuts it upfield.
Number 10, Redkey on the keeper.
He picks up a good chunk of yardage.
Just like the first quarter, I like to see a bit of a pass play show up here out of the middle of nowhere. That might work out nicely for the Panther offense at this point.
Radke picked up 7 yards on the carry. That makes it 2nd and 3 now. Griffith trailing 20-14 now. 3:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Radke, the quick dive to Justin Newell. Newell has enough for the first down.
Nice job that time. Once again, defensively, we're seeing a lot of heavy effort on the offensive side, which shows some great ability on the defensive side. Mike Nelsick that time for Lake Central really made the wrap and had to hold on for the ride. He's number 44. You'll see him make the first wrap around the waist here of Newell as Newell gets his hand off. Newell hits a line. You see right here, Nelsick will hold him around the waist, and he'll just have to hold on for the ride. Nice effort that time.
Got a little help, too, from Ray Smith. 1st and goal now for Griffith. Tyler Radke, left side.
Radke up to that 5-yard line, popping it up there.
And right now, the Panthers doing the job on the ground. They were in a close ball game last week against Andrean, and they got the job done. Let's see if they can do it tonight. We're approaching the 3-minute mark now in the fourth. 2014 Lake Central lead.
2nd and goal from the 6. Panthers marching the ball on the field.
Tyler Radke, the quick give to Justin Newell. Touchdown, Griffith. Justin Newell, the straight dive to the right side, and Griffith ties it up.
Panthers punch it down an 80-yard drive in just about 5 minutes to bring that big mistake that happened earlier to put them down, to bring them right back on top.
Sean Metzger's got to be feeling a little better right about now, Joe. I know it's never one person that causes something, but right now you feel a little bit better as you see Justin Newell just bowling his way into the end zone there. And we are tied up 20-all. 2:45 to go in this ball game. As Griffith comes out, all set to kick the extra point.
An extra point to put them up on top by 1.
Number 17,
Craig Sims, the senior kicker. One of his most pressure kicks of the year, I'd expect, Joe.
Panthers want to call a timeout. At this point in the ball game, don't use all his timeouts up as Rank has to go to the sideline. That's the one thing. So we can't fault them because how successful they are, but you see a lot of timeouts using the Griffith side, trying to straighten out audibles, trying to straighten out situations because they have so many options they go to. They have so many changes they make in the course of even, they call the play, they line it up, and they might change that play 3 times in the next 10 seconds, and that's caused them to burn a lot of timeouts.
Well, that's funny, too, because Russ Raggy was talking to me the other day, you know, about Griffith football. He's like, you know, a lot of people think that we just come out here and yell, but that's really not the case. Griffith has a complex system, and, you know, they have guys out there who know what they're doing, and they're out there teaching football. Right now, 2:45 to go. We're all tied up at 20 as Russ Raggy out there making sure that his kicker, Craig Sims, has a nice place to boot that football. We've had a pretty exciting game tonight, Joe.
.245 in this clock, the tie ball game. Lake Central still has a chance to punch it in there. But the way we've seen the pace go, this is really one to cap it off here for the Panthers.
Craig Sims, the extra point. It's up, and it's good. So the Griffith Panthers take a 21-20 lead over Lake Central. We'll be right back with the remainder of our ball game tonight, our primetime game of the week.
We care about what we do. We make sure everything is just right. We're proud to have our name on our work. That's what Jiffy Lube Signature Service is all about. Jiffy Lube Signature Service. Our name is on the line, and we offer Pennzoil. Jiffy Lube, Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana's favorite oil change. Look for our new Jiffy Lube location on Broadway in Maryville.
Yeah, it's 22. Welcome back, St. John, Indiana. Pretty good golf game tonight. We got Joe Griffith up 21-20. Here's that extra point that would put the Panthers up by Craig Sims, the senior kicker. And that's up and splits the uprights. That makes it 21-20 Griffith. But as we've seen tonight, Lake Central does have the potential to come back in a hurry with guys like Danny Duncan. 2:45 to go now.
You saw the way the Panthers are celebrating there, but 2:45 is a lot of football
Yes,
left,
it
especially if the Indians can really coordinate it well and work it down the field. You can use a lot of field up in 2:45. Also, they do have a kicking game of their own, who already has a field goal kick this year.
Duncan back. He's the deep man for Lake Central as Griffith is set to kick. Craig Sims is set to boot it for the Panthers. Sims gets off a nice kick. Duncan fields it at the 15. Danny Duncan finds the whole running room right side. Duncan is going to rumble all the way down to the 50-yard line. So just like we said, Joe, you don't want to do too much celebrating too early here with guys like Danny Duncan.
So Duncan worked it down. As I just checked the stats, Sinclair does have a field goal so far this season, so he's able to put it through the uprights from out in the field. I'm trying to find the stat how far that came from out in the field.
And with that return right now, Lake Central plenty of time to get in field goal range. 2:38 to go. The Indians trailing 21-20.
Both sides of the stands on their feet. This ball game's coming down to the wire.
Flickinger, the quick give. He's going to be wrapped up. Maybe a pickup of a yard and a half. A host of Griffith defenders there to make that stop.
Number 8 on the stop,
Justin Falk, one of the tacklers in there for the Panthers. 2nd down and 9 now. Dowling looks like he wanted to audible a little bit. He drops back to pass. Has a receiver left side. will be close to the first down, but he's wrapped up by Tyler Radke and another defender. That time Dowling connecting with Adam Hubner on the pass.
Here's the big rash on the Lake Central side as Radke got a hold of the helmet and the tackle, which counts the same as a face mask at the high school level. You can watch a replay. Nice job getting the pass out there in the open zone. You saw Radke get a hold of the top of the helmet, which in high school a lot of times I'll be called the same way. That's what this coaching staff goes on to talk about very quickly.
All right, so that'll make it third down and about 2 yards to go now for Griffith, or excuse me, for Lake Central.
And St. Clair has a 27-yard field goal in the first quarter of the ball game against Munster last week. So he's got the range. Third down, 2 to set up here on this play.
There you see it. A little under 2 minutes to go. Griffith looking for their third straight victory after they began the year with a loss to Elkhart Central. Lake Central trying to get back on its winning ways after an upset loss to Munster a week ago.
So regardless, the Panthers have made a heck of a show tonight, really pulling some stops out. Inside of 2 minutes, 1:59 on that clock.
So here we go. Everybody getting a little excited now. Third and 2 yards for Lake Central. One of the biggest plays of the night now for the Indians. They got that power I formation to give to Denny Duncan. Duncan hit behind the line of scrimmage, but keeps his legs moving and picks up that first down.
Metzger made the hit in the backfield, but Duncan, that power he has, just pumped it in.
Lake Central going to line it up quickly now. They've got it on the Griffith 37-yard line. 1:52 and counting in the fourth. Dowling back to pass. Throws left side for Hubner, and a flag's going to be thrown. That time Hubner was working one-on-one with Griffith defender Kevin Camp.
And watch a replay on the far side. Dowling sets up his signals after trying to audible twice, call a play from the line of scrimmage on no-huddle offense. Lets the ball fly, and you're going to watch all this contact caught behind the line there. But what happened is that the ball came in, the defender tried to meet him there as the ball got there. Kevin Camp, your defender, just there a split second early.
Pass interference brings it all the way down to the Griffith 22-yard line as the Lake Central crowd is on its feet. 1:44 to go. Lake Central trailing by 1. Dowling trying to get the play called. Duncan goes in motion. Dowling keeps it left side. Not much running room there as he's met by another host of Griffith Panthers. Don't even know if he picked up a yard that time, Joe.
He got caught behind the line. He only picks up a yard on the sticks.
Second and 9 now. Dowling back to pass, throws it up left side. He's got a man in the end zone. Nearly intercepted by Griffith.
That's a dog fight in the corner. That was Radke getting in there. Who actually got his hands on the ball first, I believe. And your intended receiver will be number 22, Danny Chapa. Watch his nice lob in the corner. A timing pattern. Radke sees it, runs a foot race to the corner, gets up there, gets his hands on it. They're going to wrestle, and the ball squirts out. That's head-to-head football.
Crucial third down and 9 situation for Lake Central. Dowling probably going to have to go to the air once again. Dowling the give to Danny Duncan. Duncan has some running room right side, breaks a tackle, and Duncan goes in for the touchdown.
The draw play picks up the yard for a touchdown for Lake Central.
Couldn't have come at a better time, Joe. Adam Dowling gives it to Danny Duncan, and Duncan does the rest.
You're going to watch him on this play. He goes in the middle, gets hit once right at the line, and cuts outside. Once he cuts outside, it's a foot race to the corner, but he has one man back to beat. Cuts inside quickly and is able to put the speed on, and right there he's on his own.
Lake Central up 26-21 now, going for the 2-point conversion. Dowling throws for the end zone. He's got a receiver. And the 2-point conversion will be good. Danny Chapa that time bringing it in for the Indians. And right now, Lake Central strikes back. They lead it 28-21 with a little over a minute to go. What a game, Joe.
That's the way to do it. 101 to play in the fourth quarter, a 7-point lead. As the play has just, the action swapped back and forth in the last quarter here.
So Danny Duncan, the big 22-yard touchdown run off the draw. He put Lake Central back up top. There's your director tonight, Mike Pytrak. Audio graphics replay, Brian Gerstenberger. And on the cameras up top, Chris Benk, and on the field, Jerry Moeller, bringing you Moeller Vision.
Now, watching out here, like the Panther guys coming out look like they're pretty determined, but not as fired up as they were earlier. We've seen some big possibilities of returns early on. They need that big return now. Possible. We're not saying no to a return touchdown at this point.
Right. Griffith
because
definitely does
what we've seen so far tonight, we've seen it twice where it could have been possible.
They do have the weapons back there. Right now, Metzger, Crawford, and number 6 for Griffith, Kyle Alexander back to receive the kickoff. Don't know if Lake Central is going to go deep with this one or if they're going to try to land it at about the 30-yard line. Derek Moore set to kick. He gets off a nice boot. Alexander picks it up at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down at about the 20. So that's where Griffith's going to have it.
Nice
about
job.
55 seconds to go, Joe.
Dale Flickinger, your rifleman, gets right down through everybody and puts a stop to that return early on.
And Coach Britton told me Flickinger is one of the fastest guys on the team. He definitely showed it right there. So Lake Central takes over Griffith takes over at the 20-yard line. 55 seconds to go. Panthers trailing by 7. Players now waiting the referees again. First and 10 now for the Panthers. Metzger goes in motion left side. Tyler Radke back to pass. Radke lets it go downfield. It's going to be intercepted by Lake Central. Ray Smith, the deep man for the Indians, and I think that might have been the nail in the coffin, Joe. Ray Smith getting a crucial interception for Lake Central.
Radke going for all the marbles, one pass play. The receiver did tie up about 5 yards short of the area that it was caught at. You watch Radke step back a long time to wait. Good job of his offensive line, giving him time to let the ball fly deep down the middle. His receiver's about 5 yards short to some contact, but the pass was way off its mark. And Smith did a good job of keeping up with it. Just the safety man playing center field pulled it down.
And again, Griffith didn't have the luxury that time. Had to go to the air, and they had to get a big chunk of yardage. 43 seconds now as Lake Central takes over. They lead at 28-21. And Adam Dowling just sets it down with the knee there and keeps the clock running. Well, I tell you, for what Coach Britton told me about this week's practice, he said the guys really didn't look too good. It was very iffy. They were coming off a tough loss to Munster. You wondered how they'd react tonight. But the key was that when they got down, they didn't hang their heads and they came back. And the main thing was they didn't panic, especially on that last offensive series.
That's one thing really tonight, too, because it showed some points where they didn't really handle this ball game from start to finish. They really had it out of their grasp nearly a couple times and had to come back. So they weren't solid all the way through. On the other side, the Panthers, same thing. They came out and had some rough times on offense and on defense. And this ball game really played out well to the final plays.
Definitely our most exciting game of the year. There you see it, the final score, Lake Central 28, Griffith 21. So the Indians even up their record to 2-2, and Griffith falls to 2-2. Well, that's all the time we have for Joe Wells and everyone on our crew tonight. Have a good one, and we'll see you next week at Whiting High School.
That really shows in the work ethic and the way they progress throughout the season, no matter what the size of the roster or size of the kids. See, right now the Panthers ready to kick off to Lake Central. Lake Central has 3 men back deep. Alexander, the kicker for the Panthers, caught in the middle, 20-yard line up the middle. Blockers provide the hole in the middle and taken down about the 38.